Hello friends, this video on NEET reproduction is brought to you by examfear.com. No more fear from exam. Cleavage is a very common term which is often used whenever we talk about embryonic development. That is the development of the embryo from the single-celled zygote. So what exactly do we mean by cleavage? So cleavage is basically a series of mitotic divisions of conversion of zygote, which is single-celled, to blastula, which is also known as a blastocyst, which is multicellular. So as you see in this picture, this one-celled structure is the zygote. And gradually, by repeated mitotic divisions, it reaches a 2-cell stage, then a 4-cell stage, 8-cell stage, 16-cell stage, and finally it reaches a stage when it is like a hollow mass. Right? So basically it starts with the zygote and then finally it reaches, so initially this 2-cell structures, these are called blastomeres. So from zygote, it undergoes mitotic division to form structures which are called blastomeres, and then many such blastomeres together form a blastula or a blastocyst. And as you know that this blastocyst will have one outer layer which connects or which attaches itself to the endometrium of the uterus. That is how implantation happens. And the inner cell mass of the blastocyst, they give rise to the embryo by differentiation of cells. So that's like the basic process, and this is what cleavage is all about. Now the question is, since we always say that cleavage is nothing but mitotic division, so what is the difference between cleavage and ordinary mitosis? So how are they different from each other? Because in ordinary mitosis also, from one cell you get 2 cells, right? So here also you are actually getting the same thing. So how are they different? So if you compare the two, in case of cleavage, the cell size decreases, but in ordinary mitosis, the cell size remains the same. In mitosis, what happens is one cell gives rise to 2. Again, 2 gives rise to 4, 4 gives rise to 8, and so on, but the cell size remains the same. But in this case, the cell size gradually decreases, because if you see, the overall size of the blastula remains the same. So even though it is, the cells are kind of increasing in number, the cell size are gradually decreasing. In cleavage, it is not followed by growth. But in case of ordinary mitosis, it is followed by growth. So cell size remains the same, but once mitosis is done, it is followed by growth. But that doesn't happen in case of cleavage. In cleavage, there is greater DNA synthesis. But in ordinary mitosis, DNA remains the same. Therefore, you would have seen that in case of cleavage, what happens is the size of the cell decreases, but the content of the DNA increases. Right? So the cells are smaller in size, but they have more DNA. In cleavage, the divisions are quicker. These are rapid mitotic divisions. But compared to cleavage, the normal mitotic divisions are comparatively slower. So these are some of the points of differences between cleavage and ordinary mitosis. Now let us talk about the different types of cleavage. Now this cleavage can also happen in many different ways. Now based on the amount of yolk and the distribution of yolk, cleavage is of the following types. Now you might say that, okay, how does the amount or the distribution of yolk matters? How does this influence the type of cleavage? That's because if you look at the yolk, it is not very easy. Yolk is quite bulky, so it is quite difficult to, for cleavage to happen through the yolk. Because yolk is very bulky and heavy. Like anything which is very strong, it is very difficult to break that strong thing. But something which is weak, it is very easy to break. So the same concept applies here. Yolk is very bulky, yolk is very kind of strong person. So it's difficult to break it. It's difficult for cleavage to happen through the yolk. So depending upon where the yolk is present inside the cell, we decide from where the cleavage will happen. So now you understand that how the type of yolk impacts the type of cleavage, because wherever the yolk is present, from that place cleavage cannot take place. So just let us have a look at the types of cleavage. So the first type of cleavage is holoblastic cleavage. So what is holoblastic? Again, wherever you see the term hollow, it basically means whole. So this is complete cleavage, whole cleavage. Here it divides the zygote and blastomeres completely into daughter cells. So it is like you have one ball and you just divide it into two halves. Like it's like complete cleavage. It is completely divided into two halves. So the entire thing or the entire structure has been divided into two halves. So that's called complete cleavage. And that type of cleavage is holoblastic cleavage. So this cleavage completely penetrates the egg. So it's like the entire egg gets kind of divided into two halves. So this type of cleavage takes place in which type of eggs? So this complete cleavage takes place in case of alecithal eggs, homolecithal eggs, and mesolecithal eggs. Now can you tell me why? That's because if you look at all these three types, alecithal means they do not have yolk at all. So yolk is not there, so there is no problem at all. The entire egg can be broken, right? So it's like there is no complexity. Homolecithal, the yolk is distributed uniformly. Mesolecithal, it has medium amount of yolk, so not heavy amount of yolk. So in all of these type of eggs, the yolk which is present is not concentrated on one side, or it is not present in heavy amount. So there is not much issue with the cleavage, and therefore complete cleavage can take place. So the type of eggs where yolk is present in lesser amount will undergo complete cleavage, because only in those type of eggs it will be possible for complete cleavage to take place. Now what is the other type of cleavage? So like as you see on the screen, this is an example of holoblastic, where the complete thing is getting divided into two halves. Now the other type is meroblastic. So meroblastic is obviously incomplete cleavage or partial cleavage. So in this case, the division is restricted to the animal pole and the yolk remains undivided. As I said, yolk is bulky, difficult for cleavage to happen, difficult to cleave or break the yolk. So therefore what happens, like if you talk about the types of eggs with more yolk, so can you name the type of eggs which have more yolk in them? So those types of eggs could be telolecithal or centrolecithal, because these type of eggs have more yolk. And now if you look at the position of the yolk in these cases, in telolecithal, where is the yolk concentrated? So the yolk is concentrated towards the vegetal pole. So therefore the cleavage happens in the animal pole, because the cleavage cannot happen through the yolk. Since the yolk is towards the vegetal pole, so the division is restricted or limited to the animal pole. Similarly, if you talk about the centrolecithal, so here the yolk is concentrated at the center. So that's why here also the division is restricted to the animal pole, that is towards the upper side. So basically the eggs with more amount of yolk, they undergo meroblastic cleavage, that is partial cleavage. That means the cleavage doesn't divide that entire structure into two complete halves. So it just divides it into two halves from the upper side, and the lower side still remains attached. So somewhat like this, like if you see here, the cleavage is happening towards the animal pole, but towards the vegetal pole, no cleavage is taking place. So this is called partial cleavage or meroblastic cleavage. So please understand, do not just memorize them. Hollow means whole, complete cleavage. Where complete cleavage will happen? Where there is less yolk. And where do you have less yolk? Alecithal, that is no yolk. Mesolecithal, medium yolk. Homolecithal, where the yolk is present in small amount and it is uniformly scattered everywhere. So there holoblastic cleavage will take place. Meroblastic, more amount of yolk or yolk concentrated on one side, like telolecithal or centrolecithal. So there meroblastic cleavage will take place.
Thank you. Please visit examfear.com for free quality education. You can learn with a simple 4-step learning process wherein you can watch video lessons, you can ask your questions, you can refer notes, and you can take a free online test. We have content for class 6 to 12 on physics, chemistry, mathematics, and biology along with practical videos. So please subscribe to our channel for daily updates. Thank you.